When I first heard about the idea of having our children conducting an evangelistic crusade, I was a little bit hesitant. I thought, they're fine, for a VBS or something like that, because they go to the meetings and they listen to the stories and they learn craft and things like that. But I don't know if they're going to be able to make an altar call or present the message in a way that is going to be attractive to the people.
So we heard about this event back in March, an event where our children were going to have a full week of preaching, singing, and directing the whole program. I personally felt very excited because it gave us as a church and our team a motivation to something to look forward for our kids to do.
The Holy Spirit can use anyone, anybody, it doesn't matter the age. So I'm going to be serious about this. So the first thing that I did when I had the idea and the plans for the year, and I mentioned that we were going to have an evangelistic crusade conducted by children, I say, okay, this is going to be something serious, and we are going to invest part of our evangelistic fund in this effort.
I'm not going to lie, at the beginning, I kind of, along with when I presented the program to the parents, a little bit skeptical because we see our kids running and just their attention span is really short, and then they start playing around with their friends. So I'm like, well, it's going to take a lot of discipline.
First, April came to me and she said, Daniel want to preach. I was like, I don't know if he can do it or not. But I kind of knew that he was willing to do it because at home he talked too much, and I thought maybe he can do it because he liked to preach. So I thought maybe he can do it. But at the same time, I was afraid. Since the first time she told me that he was going to be one of the preachers, I start to pray every single day for him, that the Holy Spirit can be with him and help him with his preach.
We told the kids they were actually very excited and very willing to be able to serve God in that way.
When they told me to preach, I was really happy and I wanted to do it.
Our preachers range from, actually our youngest preacher was 5 years old and up to 14.
The young people and the children are the future of our church, but after this week, I think they're the present.
So I told the parents that 99% of the training was gonna come from them. The Holy Spirit and us as teachers would do the rest. They would just need to pray with them and practice every single day.
I did have a little concern about him preaching because we were asking him, Daniel, can you tell us about you preaching? And he was like, no, it's going to be a surprise. It's going to be a surprise. And I was like, what he's going to say about it? I was so afraid. I was so nervous. We were telling him, Daniel, you had to tell us what are you going to preach about? But he always kept saying, it's going to be a surprise. So I was like, okay, maybe God can use him, and he did it. We do the worship every day to him. We do it in the morning, in the afternoon. And that's the only way that we help him. We help him knowing Jesus.
Yeah, some parents didn't think that their own kids could go through with this, but they did, and they did an amazing job at it.
Yes, I will preach again. I will preach whenever they ask me to do it.
I think that the Holy Spirit used this project as an opportunity to show the church not only what the children are capable to do for the Lord, but our youth, everybody. You don't have to be someone with a, diploma. You don't have to be an adult. The Holy Spirit is going to use you if you are humble enough and you're willing to be used. And that is really a valuable lesson that we learn.
So the theme of our evangelistic week was called Luz en mi ciudad, which is a light in my town. And all the messages throughout the nights and our songs was about being a light in our community. Wherever we are, it doesn't matter if we're here in Bluffton today, we're a light here. When we travel or at school, wherever we are, to be a light in our town.
When he started preaching, I was so nervous. I was like kind of shaking, but I was praying at the same time. And I feel so proud of him. I feel proud because he was serving the Lord. And that's the main goal for me as a mom, for him to serve the Lord.
I think that because it was something that happened for months, it was creating in the parents and in the teachers the conviction that this is something that the Lord can use to reach out to the community and also, present the plan of salvation to those in need.
Kids of any age can be evangelists. It doesn't matter. Our youngest one was 5 years old and our oldest was 14, and all with the Holy Spirit did an amazing job.
My dream for him in the future is that he become a man of God, that he become a good citizen, that he want to be a pilot. So I want to see him become a pilot and travel around the world and serving the Lord in every way that he can.
Talk about Jesus, that's an important thing.
I noticed in the children, the desire and the excitement to be part of the church. And I hope that this is going to be something that is going to remain in them for the future and probably will be the reason for them to stay in the church.